Want to start a business but you don't have an idea or experience? This is not a problem, as there are franchises. This is an agreement where one company gives another company or person the right to use their brand, products or services, and business model. The one who gets the franchise pays a certain amount of money for it and, in exchange, gets to run the business under a well-known name using proven methods of working. You can earn a lot from a franchise, as it is already a set-up business. But how to get started? What do you need to know before buying a franchise? How to choose a franchise that will bring you tens of thousands of dollars? We will talk about all of this in today's video, so be sure to watch to the end. Before we talk about franchising, let's quickly go over the main terms. Franchising is a business concept that is based on the sale and purchase of franchises. It also means the relationship between the franchisor and the franchisee. The franchisor is the company that sells the franchise. The franchise is purchased by the franchisee, which is an individual entrepreneur or organization. When purchasing a franchise, the franchisee makes a lump sum payment, a one-time payment to the franchisor for the right to become a part of a network of businesses. In addition to the lump sum, there are usually royalties, regular payments for the use of the franchise, which are made monthly, quarterly, or annually. Royalties are basically a subscription fee for the right to use the brand and receive business support. Well, terms explained, let's move on. Many people dream of starting their own business, but often cannot decide the direction or are unsure of their ideas. Just for such people, there is a proper way: work on franchise, which allows you to start under the protection of a large company. A franchise agreement provides an opportunity to get access to a well-known brand and a proven business model for a relatively small amount of money. In simple terms, a franchise is the purchase of a license to open a business under an already known and promoted name. The franchisee pays a certain fee to the seller to obtain the right to use the company's name, brand elements, products or services, marketing strategy, software, management schemes, and other resources. In addition, the franchise seller provides the buyer with technical support, assists in staff training, and shares contacts of suppliers. In turn, the franchisee is required to comply with the rules, methods, and technologies proposed by the franchisor. The cost of a franchise depends on the specific business and its terms of cooperation. The franchise can cost both $1,000 and $10,000. The company determines the size of the lump sum, as well as establishes other regular payments and the required amount of investment. Some companies limit themselves to just the lump sum fee, but others introduce additional monthly fees from profits, marketing, and consulting costs. The terms of cooperation can usually be divided into three categories. The economy option provides the right to use the brand, a description of the strategy and business model, as well as discounts from contractors and suppliers. The medium option adds training, assistance in decorating the space, and consultations on various issues. The expensive option assumes that the company also helps to hire and train specialists, as well as purchase equipment. Working on franchise has its pros and cons. Among the main advantages, there is no need to do market research, develop a business concept, or make a business plan. Everything is prepared. You just need to use it. Working with a well-known brand that has a good reputation and customer base, you can save on advertising and receive advice and assistance in training. You could literally open a McDonald's. In this case, it is clear that the cost of advertising will be less than if you open a new cafe from scratch. Work on the franchise also involves a projected income, which the franchise owner counts on the basis of average figures obtained at existing facilities. However, the franchise also have disadvantages. Among them are required monthly payments to the franchisor and constant monitoring for compliance with company standards. The more popular the brand, the stronger the rules, for violation of which there may be penalties. The entrepreneur is forced to work within a clearly defined framework, using suppliers specified by the franchisor, and does not have the opportunity to realize their own ideas. The brand owner can rebrand, sell the trademark, close the business, or terminate the contract at any time, regardless of the success of a particular outlet. Choosing a franchise is an important step that minimizes risks. Purchasing a ready-made business model is usually offered by those who have already successfully passed the test of time. This gives you the opportunity to get a ready-made brand and advice from people who have a strong interest in your success. In fact, you already have a finished unique selling proposition, and you don't have to come up with something new. However, finding a promising franchise is only half the battle. When choosing the right business, there are several factors to consider that can greatly affect the end result, and such factor is location. Modern technology and digitalization make it much easier to get information about the prospects of a particular location for opening a point of sale. With the help of mobile operators' data, it is possible to accurately determine the flow of potential customers in a particular area. Often, companies themselves offer potential partners the most promising places to open a business because they are interested in the success of their franchises. By the way, you can choose an online franchise. In this case, you will not need to spend on location. Another important aspect is the position of the market. For example, it would hardly make sense to buy a tourist hotel franchise in the year 2020 because there was the pandemic. Therefore, before choosing a franchise, you should pay attention to the market situation. You should not forget about the competitive situation. In cities with 1 million people, there are already many mini restaurants, and promising locations are becoming less and less. However, in small cities, the demand is not yet satisfied, so there is a chance for success. Before I tell you how to start a franchise business, it's worth talking about responsibilities. Yes, you will have certain obligations, and they need to be carefully considered. The rights and obligations of the parties are detailed in the franchise agreement, which establishes the terms of cooperation with a particular brand. The full list of rights and obligations can only be learned from the agreement itself, as they can vary depending on the franchisor and the type of franchise. So, before buying a franchise, be sure to read all the responsibilities. So now, let's go step by step through opening a franchise business. Before you decide to go franchising, you need to consider the pros and cons carefully. It is important to remember that a franchise is not completely own business, but rather renting a brand name and ready-made business model. If you have already decided on the area in which you want to develop, it is worth evaluating your current knowledge and understanding what else you need to learn to get deeper understanding of the specifics of the work. You should not rush into making a choice, even if the offer seems attractive. It is better to study the market and consider the various franchises available in the area you are interested in. The more information you have about the market, the easier it will be to make the right decision. It is also worth paying attention to researching the franchisor. It is important to find out how long the company has been in the market, how many franchises it has sold, and how many of them are successfully operating today. The more information you can collect about the company, the more confidence you will have of the chosen brand's reputation and its stability in the market. It is equally important to assess the quality of the products or services that the brand provides. You should read customer reviews and find out how satisfied they are with the products. You should also find out how the brand's products differ from its competitors and what advantages it has. Next, request all the necessary information from the franchisor. Analyze the financial model and requirements for the franchisee. Make sure that the legal company is registered correctly, and also check to see if there are any legal proceedings against the company. Yes, there may be. This approach will avoid unpleasant surprises in the future. The main thing is not to save on legal advice. The franchisee agreement may have dozens of pages, and its study without proper experience can lead to serious consequences. Contracting a qualified lawyer will help you understand all the terms and conditions of the agreement and formulate the necessary changes to be agreed upon with the franchisor. Following these steps will allow you to better prepare for opening a franchise business, avoid financial losses, and minimize the risk of fraud. You can find franchises on sites such franchise.org, franchiseeurope.com, and franchisedirect.com. Franchise is a great direction for aspiring entrepreneurs. I wish you the best of luck. We have more videos on our channel about cryptocurrency, finance, and making money. Go on over and check it out. I hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe. The Token team has been with you, and I'll see you in the next video.